So in terms of the narrative that would be on the MAGA right now is what they would say, and I personally don't agree with this, but they would say the election was stolen in a wide-scale electoral fraud. As a result of this, they made a large number of legal cases which weren't properly investigated. They were dismissed on standing instead of being looked at on merit. And when that it became clear that the legal avenue wasn't going to happen, they tried to stop Congress from certifying it via a few people who were willing to do that. And at this point, this is what they would argue. Just a reminder: these brave patriots felt the need to storm in and essentially, save America from leftist tyranny. This is what they would argue. How do you dissuade someone from that worldview?
Well, I don't know, because the abdication of responsibility by the major institutions, by journalists, by virtually every pillar of society set the stage for this. So as much as it is very important to recognize the responsibility of confused individuals, they're not confused for nothing. And they're also, I would say, Americans generally are not wrong in detecting that something about our system is fundamentally broken, right? And so, the irony is that the frustration that motivates the attack on the Capitol that we saw yesterday and the George Floyd riots is in some sense just a near universal, right? Anybody who's paying attention and is not being richly rewarded by the system as we find it has the sense it's rigged. It's not rigged in our favor. And that's a problem. And, the other irony is that anyone who attempts to bootstrap a proper solution gets demonized and in fact gets painted as if they are part of one of these cabals on the fringes. And I've faced that myself, as we've talked about before, right? Anybody who tries to, carve out a stable space in the middle in which to discuss what's really going on and what's at stake and what ought to be unifying us is portrayed as a partisan or a fool or any one of these things. I mean, as recently as a couple weeks ago, IDW was declared far right in an academic paper that ultimately there was acknowledgement that this was preposterous. But I mean, it was just simply a clear attack from the truth-seeking wing of civilization on the sense-making wing. And, no wonder things have begun to decohere.
And